A woman, the experience actually put her behind bars. The News 3 investigators caught up with Christy Scalzo, who tells us the lengths she had to go to prove who she is.
Knowing that I'm innocent, knowing that I did not do this, and having to try to prove that.
Christy Scalzo was a fugitive of the law. That's because she is a victim of stolen identity.
I really felt like I was guilty till proven innocent.
Proving her innocence began 6 years ago, when Scalzo's car was broken into.
My backpack was stolen. It had my ID in it. It had my social security card. It had my birth certificate. The whole 9 yards.
Fast forward to 2008. Scalzo is now married and a mother of 2. Last January, Scalzo, pregnant with her 3rd child, was driving when that 2002 incident came back to haunt her.
It was right past the signal that he turned on his lights and pulled me over. He said, "Can I see your license?" I said, "Yeah, what's the matter?" You know, because I know nothing's wrong. I know I don't have any problem. And he said, well, I just ran your plates and it says that you've got a warrant out of Henderson for burglary. And I'm like, what?
That warrant stemmed from a 2002 arrest of someone claiming to be Christy Scalzo. The real Christy Scalzo thinks this is what happened. Her car was broken into here in the parking lot of the 99-cent store. An unknown person took her ID and was actually busted by police the very next day for doing the same thing. That unknown person told police she was Christy Scalzo.
They wouldn't believe me. The bottom line, they were like, okay, yeah, whatever. We've heard this before.
Despite Scalzo's explanations of identity theft to arresting officers, she was taken to the Henderson Detention Center and locked up. But the fingerprints from the 2002 arrest were not compared to hers. Neither was the mugshot. Scalzo was booked on burglary, drugs, and weapon charges. She faced 20 years behind bars.
I have 2 kids, and I'm facing 20 years for something that I didn't do.
Scalzo thought if law enforcement would not compare the fingerprints and the mugshot, she would do that herself once released on bail.
I went to Henderson Courthouse, went to the jail, tried to get anything on this, tried to get the mugshots, the fingerprint, the discovery. They wouldn't give me anything, told me I had to hire an attorney to have it subpoenaed.
You shouldn't have to hire an attorney to clear this up.
Craig Perry, Scalzo's attorney, tells us that with the rise of identity theft, this creates new and unforeseen problems for both police and the public.
The police had the booking information from the original arrest, and they didn't pull the records and compare. It took me 5 seconds to tell that they weren't the same fingerprints.
After spending $3,500 in legal fees, months of litigation, Scalzo would finally get her day in court. It took only seconds.
They dismissed the case. That was it.
Perry cautions what happened to Christy could happen to anyone.
Everyone should be on notice from this case that when your identity is stolen, you should go down and report it. Maybe you carry the paperwork with you. But there's nothing in the system to prevent this from happening in the future.
Although the mix-up is now solved, for Christy Scalzo, the story does not end on a happy note. Hours after she was released here at the detention center, Christy Scalzo miscarried.
I hope this isn't the end of the case. See, they ought to be finding this woman. That woman is still out there somewhere. Still has Christy's information.
Henderson police won't talk about the specifics of this case. They do say whenever an arrest is made on a warrant that happens to be 4 years or older, well, Henderson says delays can happen. Delays also happen when arrests are made after hours and on weekends. During those times, fingerprints are sent to the FBI and not compared in-house, as there is no one available to do that.
That is scary.
Isn't it?
It could happen to anybody, because if somebody's going to steal your stuff, they don't have probably any second thoughts about stealing your identity.